Hello again, Joe DeSanto here. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about compulsive spending and, maybe as describing that as far as a credit card spending addiction. Compulsive spending is definitely, I think, in the addictive behavior category. And even more so now that we buy so much stuff online. When you're buying things, you're getting a rush. You're getting I think you're getting a hit of dopamine. Though I'm not a health practitioner. Uh, and when you're buying stuff on a computer with such rapid response, you are getting, I think, even a greater rush. But also beyond that, it's just become so easy to buy things and buy it wherever you are. I could be sitting in my car, waiting to pick up my kid at school and think, oh my God, I need this. And I just go on my phone and buy it. It's like, you couldn't do that before. You had to make a mental note and then maybe go to the mall or go to the Walmart. So thinking about that as a way to help you curb the spending is a good idea. So in terms of just putting a time delay in between when you hit the purchase button and when you think of what you need. This specifically, I would think, falls more in the extreme discretionary category of stuff, like random stuff. But if you say, I'm not going to buy anything on Amazon, like I put it in my cart and then I have to wait 24 hours before I go back and buy it, is a way to probably curb some just addictive online purchasing behavior. Another thing that you can do that my wife and I have done is, if it's a discretionary category, something that we just want, not something we need, like, groceries or something like that, we have to run it by each other before you can make the purchase. Because I'm in Amazon, in Walmart, or wherever, she's in there, we're both coming up things we think we need to buy. But if I have to go to her and justify why I think we desperately need another smoke machine and more styrofoam tombstones for the holiday, the Halloween house decorations, that can make you stop and think, do I really need that? I would like it, but if I have to explain to my wife why we should spend more of our hard-earned money on such a thing when we already have 6 tombstones in the lawn already, it makes me think about the purchase and the quality of such a purchase. So that's another thing you can do if you have a spouse or partner. Get approval from the other person. The other thing you can do that creates a time delay that I've done is, you can't buy anything until you triple price shop it. So you got to go look on the Walmart website and the Target website at least, and or Costco, and say, hey, it's just my rule. I don't buy anything until I know I'm getting the best price, because Amazon honestly doesn't have the best prices. It's just so darn convenient to use Amazon that we don't even, and for somewhere along the line, we all decided that if it was on Amazon, it was the cheapest price, but it's really not. Have that stopgap where you have to go price comparison shop first. So it's just, putting in a little bit of an impediment into the purchase. Just that can give you the time to make that extra, choice of, is this really something I need? Is this something that's worth it? Another thing you can do is say, hey, whatever I choose not to buy, I take that amount of money out of my checking account and I put it in a fund for, say, travel, for something fun. I like travel because most people, regardless of their budget, are going to break down and do some travel anyway, even if they say they're not, because, we all need to relax at sometimes. So if you're putting money actively in a travel fund that you're saving from other dumb stuff you would have bought that you didn't need, that you should be buying, you are helping fund that travel that you're very likely going to do anyway, so that you don't go into debt when you do the travel. You could always also make it into like a kid's college fund thing. We make a fun thing out of not buying stuff, and we see the value of that going into an account. So I like, that approach as well. The last thing I'm going to say is, and I'm always saying this in every video, you need to track your finances in some sort of software. I use Quicken, but there's lots of options out there. When you do this, you know you're spending. Your goal is to know you're making more than you're spending. You know you're in the net positive every month. Part of doing this, particularly with Amazon, if you're going to actually track things and figure out what you spent your money on and where it's going, you go review your Amazon purchases kind of regularly, and you kind of are forced to face with the stuff that you bought. And honestly, a lot of times I'm going through mine and I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have bought that. That was dumb. You know, it's sad. The funny thing is, I've done all these methods and I still, you know, struggle with the compulsion to purchase things online just because it's so darn easy. I mean, think about it. Anywhere you are, I could be watering my lawn and buying something. I could be sitting in a park and buying something. I could be at the airport buying something. Well, you can buy stuff at the airport in practical reality, but whatever, you get it. All right, so those are my thoughts on that. Happy shopping, happy saving. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.